Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your athletes as we prepare starting five. Wearing number 0, Lumen Sport. Number 1, Sam Rose. Number 5, Keyshawn Barthelemy. Wearing number 21, Albany Nam.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to OSBA TV. It's the first game of a doubleheader today. AI Academy taking on Rise Prep. Kelsey Wright-Johnson, Ryan Greco bringing you the game.
Welcome back, Kelsey.
A little bit of a hiatus here. It's nice to be back and home. Are you ready for this one?
Oh, very much so. This is going to be a big matchup here. Big implications in the standings, playoff picture, bracket, all that good stuff. AI Prep taking on the upstart Rise Prep. Their first season in the OSBA this year, and they've made quite the impression, haven't they, Kelsey?
Absolutely. Both these teams sitting in third place right now, Ryan. So the winner of this one will take that sole third place spot. But we were talking before the broadcast, and there is a few things that we need to update everyone at home for. Let's start with the home team, of course. 2 players out, 2 key players out, Ryan. One of them, Addison Patterson, the #1 ranked 2020 graduate.
Yep, and of course, a guy who can score bucket loads when he wants. A guy who can really turn it on. He's going to be sorely missed in this game, especially against a team as talented as Rise Prep, who has such a dynamic backcourt in John Akende and Ramir Moore. Also missing is the big man, Ben Hendricks.
Ben Hendricks. So in place of Ben Hendricks' starting position, it's going to be Mabeni Nam who makes the start for him. And I'd say that would be a huge loss for Athlete Institute, their big man down. But on the other end with Rise, their big man is down as well, as Brandon John is going to take a seat on the bench for his team tonight as well.
Yes, he is. And there's Dort kicking it off with a quick bucket. And just as you were saying, Kelsey, it's going to be on Brandon Kenyon here possibly to get him going early and maybe taking advantage of the fact that, you know, he's up against a slightly less sized Mabeni Nam.
Shilton, the backdoor cut is good. Rounds tries to take that Shards just a little bit off to the side, I'm going to say, so the ref saying no call.
And you're saying, Kelsey, what a game Thomas Chilton had from behind the arc the last time these two teams faced in the preseason. And this is the first time these two teams have actually faced each other in OSBA action since then. So, but a lot has changed, though, I must say.
Absolutely, yeah. That first game, as Dort releases, it's short, nothing but air on that one. Just to get warmed up, he's going to get some bounce in his step after this one. It's 2-2, 9 minutes, 20 seconds left. But yes, these two teams did play in the preseason. Rise took that game, and it was, I want to say, something that got their confidence going. Like you said, it's the first time that they're having this team in this league, and to beat a team like AI, who came in third last year, it was a big deal for them.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, they've taken that confidence and they've ran with it all season, only losing to TRC Academy and Orangeville Prep so far this year. And we'll see if they can continue those winning ways tonight here in Orangeville, but they're in tough on the road.
Great ball movement from Rise. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ramir Moore up top. Drives left, tries to get it out. Thomas Chilton, 0. He's blocked by Mabeni Nam, but it's not going to matter. Shot clock violation. Great defense by AI.
That's one of those situations you have to be aware of how much time is left on the shot clock. If I was John Akende, I'd almost want to do a breakdown dribble and just a quick shot off there, or even just making sure you're finding the open man. Chilton's got to know how much time's left on the clock to shoot that.
Especially as a shooter. As a shooter, you got to keep your eyes on that shot clock and know that when they kick it out with 2 seconds, bomb it. It's almost a free pass, you know, if you miss it. End of the shot clock.
Well, there's an attempted bomber there.
That one, again, no good. 0 for 2 now from beyond the 3. Moore drives through 3. No good. Big rebound. Mabeni Nam.
As you can see, Akende trying to create something there, but didn't get an opportunity. Can't finish.
Routens kicks out. Bartholomew tripped. Able to get it right back out to Routens into the hands of Moore. Or Akende, sorry. Here's Moore now. Brings it out. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Drives right down the middle. That's going to be a foul on Mabeni Nam.
You can see Ramir Moore. He's so good at attacking the basket like that, and he's one thing about him is he's deceptively big. He's standing 6'5", playing the point guard position, and you can just see his first step is electric whenever he goes to the rim. And you know, AI is going to have to really work on that rotational defense there to give them an opportunity to keep him off the line.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, we've talked about this before. He does have that Bulldog run in his family as the nephew, of course, of the very own Toronto Raptors, Kyle Lowry. So you can tell where he kind of gets that I play bigger than I am mentality.
Oh, absolutely. Kid straight out of Philadelphia as well. You can see those are some tough courts out there.
Bartholomew up top, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Scott. Scott being guarded closely by Thomas Chilton. There's going to be a foul there. Thomas Chilton not happy with that call.
No, you can see he clearly got elbowed in the head there as Scott was trying to make the spin move, yet Chilton's going to be the one that's gets the call.
Yeah, I think it was the body before that. I mean, an offensive player has that cylinder to be able to dribble and do whatever they want to do, and Chilton was kind of leaning into him a bit there. Obviously exaggerated when Scott got that elbow thrown, but I think they're calling the first one. And Sam Routens, we were talking about this, Ryan, from the 3. If he's going to be hot tonight, I'm not sure that it's going to be a game.
Well, I mean, one of the things, they're going to need him to be hot, AI Prep, if they're going to have an opportunity here, because this is a team that kind of feeds off of the fact that they can control the boards, and they're not going to have that luxury in this game, as Rise can really match them in pretty much every position when it comes to size and athleticism.
Especially with, of course, Ben Hendricks sitting on the bench. Bartholomew puts it up. No good. Kenyon pulls it down, gets it out to Moore. Moore with the huge jam underneath, ties it up, 5-5.
I got the bench woken up there.
Got the whole arena woke. From the 3, Lugan Stort, 0 for 3 now from the 3-point line, Ryan.
You can see they're off and running. Here's Rise Prep.
Akende tries to answer that one, just short. Mabeni Nam just can't hold on to it, and there's Moore. Goes for it, and that's that Bulldog mentality that we were talking about. If there's a loose ball, he's going to be the first one to it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. AI Prep there kind of got caught staring at the ball as it was rolling out on a long rebound. It kind of looked like, are you going to get it? Am I going to get it? Who's going to get it there? And that's not something we're used to really seeing from them. A little bit passive on the defensive end.
Here's Bartholomew. Hand down, man down. He went under the screen. He stepped back and popped it up. The second 3-pointer now for AI. Make it 8-5.
There's some excellent work working off the screen, creating the space, finding his shot. Full confidence when he took it. Excellent shot.
Moore up top. Over to Stadget. Gets it out to Moore. To Akende now up top. Brandon Kenyon, the pump fake, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Goes up and it's good!
Very impressive finish there from Kenyon. Don't think they were expecting him to go right to the rack like that. Showing no fear.
What a finish. Lugenstort on the other end, high off the glass is good. Nothing you can really do when he puts his head down and drives to the basket, uses that big body to get space, and when he goes off the top of the glass, I mean, if Kenyon's the last one there, he's not able to get his hand up.
Yeah, Dort, he's so athletic, able to just rise up and finish.
Ramir Moore, no good from the 3.
Good game so far, 5:40, 10-7, close matchup.
Giovanni Scott drives middle, finds Mabeni wide open in that dunker spot. It goes off Mabeni's hands, chest, everywhere. It touched a little bit of everything before it went out of bounds. It's going to be TRC or rise ball, excuse me, on the baseline.
Unfortunately, that's something we've seen a couple of times from Mabeni. So hopefully he's going to, take a look at that in the tape afterwards and just make sure he's got his hands ready. Yeah,
yep.
You have to, especially with a team this dynamic.
Here's Sam Routens now for AI. Hands it off to Barthélemy. Barthélemy going to slow things down for his team right now. They got 15 seconds on the shot clock, and he wants to set a play up. Comes off the screen from Scott. Hands it off. Scott got Shilton on skates right now. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pump fake Dort. Hands it into Mabeni Nam, but he's stripped right down the middle by Kenyon. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
And you can see there, once again, Mabeni, he gets the pass, trying to go up. And
it was a beautiful pass, too.
I was going to say, to be perfectly honest, I think that was more of a great defensive play and great defensive awareness on Kenyon as opposed to Mabeni not being able to go up, because he got it in the spot. He was ready to go up, but Kenyon was able to just get his hand there. So I don't really think Mabeni could have done much more than that. Just a great defensive play.
Yeah, great hands there by Kenyon. On the other end, Thomas Shilton up top, drives, kicks it out. Ramir Moore right back to Shilton. Toe on the line. That one's just short, and Scott right into his hands.
You could tell Chilton knew where he was on the line there, kind of thought about it.
Yeah. Here's Barthélemy now. Over to Dort. Dort, another great defensive swipe, this time by Stajic.
Yeah, Stajic, Dragan Stajic. Great defensive awareness there. And Rise Prep holding on here, just making sure everything's staying close. Not able to get together some of these shots on the offensive end, but defensively they are getting it done so far.
Having watched these two teams, Ryan, so many times over this season, it just looks like they came into this one knowing that one of them has to win. And I know, obviously, in a game, one team wins, one team loses, but they came in being like, we need this third place spot, and they're playing scared.
Yeah, you really,
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just got to make sure there. I was going to say, yeah, it just kind of seems like, especially when you consider the fact as well, though, they're missing their starting big man. Mabeni Nam getting his first start, really, of the OSBA season so far, getting an opportunity to play here. And that's just going to be one of those things. Like, he's just got to make sure that he's going to be ready to finish under the basket with that. Lugenstort, though, starting off with a very impressive offensive display so far. It just really kind of seems like right now that they're kind of molding into themselves and kind of getting an idea of what they need to be doing moving forward. And you know that head coach over there, AI, is going to draw something up for them. But as far as Rise Prep is concerned right now, they've got to be pretty much satisfied with how the game has went so far. They're getting their opportunities. They're attacking the rim. They're going to the line. But other than that, it's just a matter of...
And they're playing solid defense down low, which is really important with a team that goes to their big so often.
Yeah, and despite that, though, even with AI Prep, with a bit of a slow start, it seemed almost, they still have the lead. They're up by 3.
10-7 is the score right now. AI over Rise Prep. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. A bomber by Sam Routens. 2 for 2 on the night.
He's really coming into his own here in this season so far, especially 2018.
Yeah, he's a 2018 kid, still uncommitted. So any coach out there looking for a dead-eye shooter, here's Sam Routens, 2 for 2 of the night. It's 13-7. Another 3 bombed. That one no good. Shilton cleans it up down low.
That's what we're talking about. That advantage that AI Prep tends to enjoy is not there in this game. As it's Chilton, or excuse me, it's actually Chilton that comes in there and finishes it. Just active hands, boxing out.
I mean, he's pretty comfortable in this gym, of course, playing here last year. Sam Routens, can he go 3 for 3? That one just short. Akende grabs the board. Gets it over to Ramir Moore, a big block from Lugenstort.
You can see he was just stalking that one on the fast break.
Kobe Lamb right into the hands of Moore. Sometimes cherry picking is all right. He is able to get that steal, but loses it here at half court. Lugenstort now going to slow it down for AI.
Yeah, I want to see Kobe a little bit more assertive in that situation. He did have the baseline drive available.
Dort finally connects from beyond the three.
Very impressive shot there. And Dort, I mean, what can he do? He can attack the rim. He can knock down outside shots. He's running the offense.
Something that I like about Lugenstort is that he doesn't stop. So, I mean, he shot 3 threes. None of them have gone in, but that doesn't mess with his confidence. He continues to go, shoots up another one. Eventually that one does go in, and it's just going to get more hot, I'll say, from here. Big block by Mabeni Nam. Getting his stats, for the first start.
Yeah, that's got to be a good confidence booster for him.
Lugenstort with the spin move through the key, finishes, and he'll go to the line for one more. Ryan, what an incredible move.
Very impressive move there by Dort. Gets him off the spin. Is able to go up and finish. Rise Prep wants to travel. Nope, sorry.
It is so fun to watch him.
Shot.
Well, especially not with the new FIBA rule. Of course,
Yep.
If you've been watching the OSBA, you've seen this hundreds of times so far. We're at the end of the season, but you do have that 0 step. So you have like that extra almost half step. Completely legal play.
Absolutely.
Two minutes, 45 seconds left to go. It's 16-9 AI over Rise. Rise has really cooled off in the second half of the first.
Yeah, they really just not a lot of shots from behind the arc are dropping for them. They're going to need a bucket here, though. Can't let AI get too far ahead.
David Muncat up top, drives right, goes up off the glass, no good. Dort cleans it up, falls to the ground, able still to get it to Kobe Lamb. Lamb now over to Scott. Scott drives the floater, no good. It's going to be a defensive blocking foul, and Scott's going to go to the line for 2.
You can see, I like that decision by Scott. He saw he only had one man to beat and thought, you know, I'm usually pretty good at playing physical. That's what he likes to do. Goes in, tries to get the N1 bucket, but he's thinking bucket. He's not thinking foul. Goes right to the basket, and he's rewarded with a trip. That's one thing you're not going to see from Giovanni Scott. Very rarely will you see him take a transition 3. He wants to go to the basket. You'll more likely see him take those kind of shots in the half-court offense.
Mm-hmm. Vladimir Lukomsky goes up, a beautiful floater down the baseline there, and there's going to be a quick foul called on Ramir Moore. And if you're the coach of Rise, you're not happy with the foul 94 feet from the basket.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Kelsey. That's one of those situations.
Does that mean we've been working together for too long?
You know, we'll talk about Lukomsky very quickly there. 6'3" guard out of Mississauga, making it look easy, going over some of the best defenders in the country right now. Yeah, very full of confidence. And that's something as Rise Prep now.
I think with some, I'm not going to say a foul, but with some contact underneath as well. It wasn't a clean shot that he was able to get off.
Not at all.
Kobe Lamb drives, pulls back, no one steps up on him. The pump fake, he looks around like, hello, put a hand up, puts it in for 2.
Absolutely. I saw Kobe Lamb over at a CYBL tournament over in Father Henry Carr over the summer in AAU, and he was just going off with those mid-range jumpers. That is the one place on the floor you cannot allow him to stay open.
Lukomsky does it again. The floater is good.
And Lukomsky showing it off.
He's been practicing that once or twice.
Oh,
Lugenstort goes up off the glass, high off the glass, lands on his butt. It's good for 2. 21-13, 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go in the first.
Dort having a game right now so far.
Strajic kicks it out. Lukomsky. They're going to get called 3 in the key. Ryan, that's not one that we see often, but Brandon Kenyon set himself up in there, built a little fire, and the ref saw it, and he's going to kick him out in for the game. John Nikende comes in for Rise, and Sam Routens in for AI Prep.
Looks like they have a bit of a diamond press going on here. Try and hurry the ball up across half court.
Yeah, 1-2-1-1. Here's Giovanni Scott of AI. Breaks the press easily, gets it to Sam Routens, puts it off the glass for 2.
I've never seen a press work on AI. I don't know why teams keep trying it. They're just too athletic. They know each other too well. It really just seems like an opportunity for them to get out in open space.
Yeah, they're quick.
Yep.
Yeah, it gives them the chance to get a mismatch. Big bucket by Mr. John Akende. The spin move down the right lane puts it up off the glass to go to the charity stripe for one extra.
That's one thing you can't take away from him, whether he was playing for Father Henry Carr last year or whether playing for Rise this year. That man will always go walking through the trees, and he will always bring a hatchet with him. Excellent finish at the rim. First kid out of Rexdale, representing the west side of Toronto. Now currently residing in Brantford over at Rise Prep.
Makes the bucket, give him 3. Less than 40 seconds left to go in the first. John Dole of AI, first shot of the game, no good.
I like that shot though. He's got to get a little confidence going, get the stroke working for him.
Sam Routon's there, 1 against 4 with that offensive rebound. It's going to be called a jump ball, and it's going to go to Rise.
Does have a bit of a mean streak in him. Likes to get physical.
You got to have a little growl.
You have to, especially if you're a three-point shooter. That's something a lot of guys, I'm sure, he gets used to being harassed constantly as he's trying to find those open spots on the three-point line. As you said, there got to be a little bit of growl in that.
Akende goes walking in the trees again. That time, no foul call, but just as pretty. Another 2 points.
You can see he's just as comfortable finishing with his left as he is with his right.
Kobe Lamb spots up. That one, no good. Here's John Akende with 3 seconds left. Puts it up from the 3. That one's just short. And Ryan, at the end of the first quarter, it's 23-18.
Rise really finding their step there in the last couple minutes.
And a big thanks to John Akende.
Exactly, a great finish and one. Also finished under traffic. He scored the final 5 points for Rise Prep as they went on a quick 5-2 run to end this quarter, and now they find themselves right back in striking distance, Kelsey.
Welcome back to OSBA TV second quarter action. Ryan, before we get going in the second quarter, let's give a big shout out to Mr. Aiden Hendricks watching the broadcast right now.
And you want to say, Uncle, the coach, he's cheering you on right now as you're cheering on AI. Maybe I could have said that better, but.
No, he is. He is. And he came up to make sure that we let you know that Uncle Charles loves you. Back to second quarter action, though. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Aiden, thanks for tuning in. And just like that, Ryan, a 3-point game, 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
Yep, we knew for a fact that Rise wasn't going to go away. They got a lot of heart, a lot of hustle, a lot of fight in them, so don't be too shocked.
Dort can't connect. Here's John Akende going a million miles an hour. No call on that one, Ryan. Not offensive, not defensive. 3 people hit the floor, ball is out of bounds. Oh, she's going to call a really late foul, it looks like.
And that's going to be on the floor, though.
Who was that on?
I
think it was on Giovanni Scott.
Yeah. I think even the announcer doesn't know right now. Chris McKee over there.
We're not positive. If someone fouls out with 4, that's probably who it was on. Beautiful pass underneath. What a seal by Sydney Okeke.
Okeke, very great job sealing out his man. That pass is, you don't see that pass enough because when you get it through, it's almost a guaranteed bucket every time.
Yeah, a beautiful pass. And again, that pass isn't available if you don't use your body and really seal off your defender. He was able to seal off Lugens Dort there for the open layup, and it's a 1-point game. Mabeni Nam on the other end for AI. He's going to go up 4-2. These are the fouls that the refs like to call the easy ones. He went for the pump fake. Defender got off his feet, landed on him, and then he shot it up. No one's arguing that one.
No, not at all. But Benny and Am now getting an opportunity, getting some buckets at the line. Good for him. That's what happens when you stay patient, though. You wait for the defender to go up. This time we're going to get fooled. And I think the second one was an air ball there. Whoops. It's all right. He's got the next one. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Here's Akende.
Over to Lukomsky, back to Akende up top. AI showing a 2-3 zone now. Lukomsky saying, don't go in a zone on me. A big tray ball.
Absolutely not. Excellent shot, well needed. And now Rise Prep has their first lead in quite some time.
25-24, 8:30 left to go. Sam Routens releases from 3 with the answer.
Wow, that's just rude. Throw it up.
Right in his face.
The skip of all passes to the corner.
Yeah, the skip from like the volleyball line on the before that.
Yeah, incredible.
Woo.
What a finish. And
John Akende gets a bit too fancy, dribbles off his foot, out of bounds, AI ball.
And there's Routens. You can see Akende. You can't do that to a guy like Routens. As we said, he's got that bulldog mentality himself. He'll go in there and he'll defend against anybody. And his efforts are being rewarded on that one.
8 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the first half. 27-25. Ryan, we predicted this at the beginning of the game. It was going to be a close one, and so far?
Oh, we have not been disappointed, and there's a reason why there's considerably more fans out here to check this one out than most games, just because it's been this is one of those matchups. This is a marquee matchup in the OSBA.
And it's a cheap date for Valentine's Day.
There you go. What are you going to do for Valentine's Day?
I'm doing this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, there's a steal.
Big steal. Stajic. He goes up. That's great defense by Sam Routens, though. Goes for the ball. Make sure that's not an intentional one. And you know what? I'd rather have a hard foul like that than a soft foul, and he goes for the and one if I'm
Absolutely.
AI.
Yeah,
they're shaking hands at the foul line. All is good.
Yep, Routens knew he hit him a little hard there.
They're calling that an intentional foul.
That's going to be
I really thought he went for the ball.
So did I. Most times, but I guess maybe just because the contact was so hard. It shouldn't necessarily be based off of that, but I think that's what they're going to go with right now.
It definitely wasn't, they're calling it intentional foul, of course, but it definitely wasn't meant in a bad way. They did shake hands after Routens helped him up. So I think all is good on that end, but he does get 2 shots and the ball back.
Both of these teams understand what's at stake right now. It's to stay near the top of the standings right now, an opportunity. It's crazy to think that one of these teams is now going to have 3 losses in the OSBA at some point. But it's great for the league.
I was going to say that just speaks to the
the competition, and the competition has consistently been getting better. There's been more and more parity every year, and I mean even teams like Lincoln Prep, who are having a rough year right now at 4-12, and looks like we're going to have a technical foul here. Kelsey, take it away on that one. Yeah,
it looks like Coach Charles of AI was speaking to the ref a little too long. We're far away, so we don't know what was said, of course, but there's a technical foul there. He's taking a seat. So not only will they shoot those 2 shots that they just did for the intentional, they'll get 1 more shot, at the line, and they'll get the ball back.
That's something. That was Lukomsky that knocked that one down. First one to take it was Stajic.
8 minutes, 4 seconds left to go. It's a tie game, 27-27. Lukomsky up top for Rise. Over to John. John goes inside. OKK. No good. There's going to be a foul there as Giovanni Scott goes up for the rebound. I think that one's going to go to OKK.
Yeah, that one's either going to go on OKK or I think Munecat even possibly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is Munecat. And you could see there, I'm not going to lie, though, I like that take by OKK. Just very calm, very clean shot up and in. He's just going to knock it down now.
Bartholomew now for AI. Under 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Bartholomew picks up his dribble. Over to Scott. Scott dribbles. Pulls back. The no-look pass to Lugansdort on the baseline. He goes up off the glass. Goes for his own rebound on the other side of the basket. Ryan doesn't get there in time, but almost. Here's Stragic now. Kicks it out to John. John up top to Munecat. Lukomsky finds the big man down low. Turns around. OKK, no good. Munecat with the offensive rebound, no good before Giovanni Scott gets it. And there's going to be another foul there. This time it's going to go to Sydney OKK.
Hey, you can see right there, Scott getting in.
He's getting frustrated down low.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just one of those situations where, excellent effort on the second chance there, brings the ball down, keeps the ball close to his chest, defends it, and as a result, he gets rewarded with a foul on the opposing player. As a result, you got to stay aggressive or assertive. Assertive is the new word that I'm trying to go for over aggression.
No, I like aggressive. You got to have a little aggressive streak in you. Sam Routens from 3, that one so close but no good. Strajic goes up from coast to coast. Ryan, nobody picked him up. He went from rebounding on the other end to an open right-handed layup.
I have to say, we came into this game as Scott goes up, nearly gets the end one. We came to this game expecting a lot more from Ramir Moore and John Akende, and it's been the Dragon Stajic and Vladimir Lukomsky show so far.
Absolutely.
As far as the backcourt goes for Rise in
Absolutely.
the second quarter. Very impressive finishes from both players, and they are just fearless right now. But I think that that says a lot when steel sharpens steel in this situation. You can imagine some of the battles that both those two are going up against with John Akende and
In
Ramir
practice
Moore
every single day.
Every single day,
Yep.
Of course, exactly. And when you've got guys like that are attacking the basket on you, you tend to pick up a few things. And I think Lukomsky and Stajic, they're really rising to the occasion in this game so far.
Speaking of, that one. Out of bounds. It's going to be AI ball now on the baseline. Checking in for Rise is Thomas Shilton.
And Kenyon trying to show off his point guard moves there with a little pass on the inside, but nothing happening, unfortunately.
It was a good idea.
It was, but Lukomsky has to cut a little bit quicker and a little bit sharper to the rim for that to work.
Yep. Here's Lugenstort now up top for AI. Kicks it out to Routens. Routens releases. That's his spot. No one around him.
You cannot leave him open. He's just does a great job of hiding himself when the time is right. There's Chilton.
Chilton, a nice finish. Goes up and under. Got a little bit of Ignis Brezdikas in him in that one.
There you go.
Lugenstort goes coast to coast. Can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the charity stripe for 2.
But you got to love it. This Rise prep team, they're just not going away, staying physical, but we really shouldn't be that shocked. I mean, this is a team that's got tons of confidence in them. We talked about it at the beginning of the game.
And they know that it's doable.
Exactly.
A lot of teams come into these games thinking, this is AI, this is Orangeville. It's not going to happen, but they know that it's doable. At the beginning of the season, they had no fear. They're a new team. They came in and beat them.
Yep, absolutely. This team really reminds me a lot of in a sense, as far as just the backcourt goes, is Ridley College. Just the fact that they're scrappy. They don't really go away, and they don't even necessarily have the size that Ridley College has, but they have the athleticism, and they're showing it off in spades so far in this game.
Dort, second one, no good. Sam Routens gets the board, puts up the floater, no good.
Dort with his head at the rim, just flying through. Incredible athleticism.
Springs in his shoes. Another 3-ball for Rise Prep. That one no good. Scott down with the rebound. Here's Dort, a little in and out, finds himself in the middle of the key. Off the glass is good, and we heard the slap on the arm from here. He'll go for the extra point.
He's just so strong when he goes up, so controlled. And that's just another testament to his athleticism and his vertical, is the fact that he can get up there, get hit, and still have time to coordinate the shot. And
he just floats. He floated in the air.
He is a floater for real. Clean form, too.
Yeah, 3-point play there. 35-31, 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the first half.
Arizona State made a great choice picking him up.
Absolutely. Here's Stajic now. Gets it out to Kenyon, the big man from up top, just off the mark. Big rebound. That one, no good.
There's Scott again coming down with the rebound, but they can't keep allowing Rise Prep to get these second and third chance opportunities.
Scott gets the rebound on one end, goes coast to coast for the right-handed layup. It's becoming a pattern now, Ryan.
Yeah, he's just so awkward when he goes to the rim. It's tough to stop. He's got that length too, that sly athleticism.
Bartholomew, I thought he was pulling up for the 3 in the breakaway. Lugenstort is going to do the honors. That one just short. Kobe Lamb grabs the rebound and puts the floater in from the foul line.
There it is. Both teams, as you can see, a much-needed timeout here for Rise Prep. You cannot allow yourself to get caught napping on the offensive boards when you're going up against AI Prep, and they made the most of that right there. Now 39-31. They've opened up another lead, Kelsey.
It's been an 8-0 run there. It was tied 31-31, Ryan, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game with under 5 minutes left to go. if you're the coach right now talking in the timeout, what are the adjustments you have to make?
Well, for one, you have to make sure you're boxing out. You have to make sure that you're staying, alert. And it just kind of seems like Rise Prep sometimes lull themselves a little bit to sleep because they're not quite sure exactly what they want to do on offense or what they want to do on defense. There was that was just a prime example right there. Nobody should be allowing that ball to hit the ground, and much less Kobe Lamb to scoop in from the three-point line and get a bucket there. Also, you have to make sure you're getting back on defense on the transition, because AI Prep has been killing them in those moments where they've just gone on those bursts and those runs, and especially when you have guys like Lugens Dort running up and down the floor like that, you have to make sure you put a body in front of them. And if you're going to foul, you got to foul to make sure that they're not going to get a shot off.
I'm impressed right now on AI with Giovanni Scott's rebounding efforts. Cleaning up everything on the defensive end, which makes it hard if you're not getting second chances to get back into games. You have to make sure that you're making the right decisions on the offensive end for Rise.
And not just that as well, Rise as well, they're getting their opportunities to get those open looks. They're just not knocking them down. They'll go on a little bit of a run, knock them down, and then they'll have other situations where they get the offensive board and they can't finish. We saw that happen about 2 times in the last minute, and it was Giovanni Scott that kept coming down with it on those second chance opportunities. You just have to make the most of them anytime you go up against AI, especially if you're doing it here in Orangeville.
Ramir Moore back into the game. Beautiful move there, puts it up. That one, shooter's roll, it goes in for 2 points.
That's why you put spin on the ball, kids. You got to make sure
What
you
a
get
finish.
that friendly roll if it hits the front.
Double team, Giovanni Scott finds Sam Routens, but it's a bit late. There's going to be a foul there on Kenyon, pushes Giovanni Scott out of bounds. Although I wish, AI probably wishes that they just count the 3 by Sam Routens after the whistle.
Of course. But Routens, of course, doing a very good job so far getting himself open, getting clean looks. That's one thing that Rise is going to have to remedy in the second half and the final few minutes of this first half as well. They want to keep themselves in this game. There's Scott. Makes good on both free throws. Leads now up to 8.
How much has Giovanni Scott developed since he came last year?
It's just incredible, and he's never lost that kind of awkward offensive game that he has as well.
Awkward in the best way possible, though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's unorthodox. he's an unorthodox player. You don't think, you see him and it's like, I don't know if he's really that athletic. And then you just see some of the stuff he does on the floor, and it's incredible. There's a long rebound.
Sam Routens just a bit short. Here's Rise Prep. Brandon Kenyon up top. Cleaned up by Moore. Moore pulls it back out. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Moore looking inside. Able to find OKK, but it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Rise, and there's a substitution in. Stajic will take a seat on the bench. John Akende makes his way on.
Not necessarily a fan of that attempted pass. It's just the pass was a little too soft, and when you have that opportunity, you got a guy like Dort who can just jump on it, and there's another
Well, with
soft
fronting as
pass.
well, I'm not sure OKK has the size advantage that you're looking for when you're fronting.
Yeah.
It's usually when you have a big mismatch and you're fronting someone smaller who's not going to be able to knock that away.
Yeah,
It just doesn't work.
No, it's definitely not going to work in that case, especially if you have an opportunity like Dort had to get a two-foot gather to go up and meet him at the rim. That's never usually going to end well for anyone else.
Sean Bartholomew now at the line for 2, Ryan, and this lead is not being cut down right now by Rise, who's only put in 1 bucket since we chatted at the timeout. It's 3:44 left to go in the first half, 42 to 33.
I wouldn't be surprised here if they try and find themselves either a quick transition 3 or just a 3-point attempt right now. I wouldn't be too surprised, just based off of what I'm seeing on the floor.
John Akende up top. Picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Lukomski. Lukomski into Kenyon. Kenyon out to Akende. Akende! Oh, could have put that one in. It was close. He falls to the ground. He'll go to the line for 2.
Great movement on the skip pass there to get the defense off rotation. And Akende, as soon as he saw daylight, he went for it. Once again, just no fear whatsoever. He doesn't care who he's going up against trying to finish those layups. This is the first, though.
That one just short. It's a 10-point game right now, Ryan, 43-33. Every bucket counts right now going into the half.
Absolutely, but both of these teams, they're high-powered offenses. They can get it rolling in a heartbeat, but if you're Rise, you don't want this game to get too out of hand going into the half. You want to keep it at least single digits, because that third quarter can be a killer if you're not careful. AI Prep does such a great job coming into the third quarter and just establishing their will when they play.
To be a fly on the wall in that halftime speech by Coach Charles. What gets them so pumped up? Am I right?
Absolutely. Well, it's home court. It's Valentine's Day, and sure, a couple of them maybe have a couple Valentines in the crowd.
I mean, I hope not, because it's a little bit of an older crowd right now.
I think they mean well. It's all good. Maybe some parents, moms,
Yeah.
Valentine moms.
Yeah, I gotcha.
There you go.
They do bake the best cookies.
They do. That is true. You have 3:24 to go here in the second. I mean, this is just one of those games we expected. I mean, Rise, I think the real big difference here has been the consistency behind the arc for for AI Prep. They've had a couple extra shots. Sam Routens has been a big factor in that. You haven't seen much from him in a little bit, though. But
I mean, without Sam Routens' points right now, AI is down.
Yeah, absolutely. So anytime that and he's been lights out so far, and that's going to be something they're going to have to remedy, because Routens does a great job of kind of just floating around. You don't see him for a few possessions, and then out of nowhere, bam, he's wide open. It's going to be very interesting to see if they can find a way to counter that.
Yep. The person on the other team, of course, Rise, that I've been most impressed with so far in the game, I like to always pick my one all-star throughout the quarters, is Vladimir Lukomsky.
Yes, he's done very well. There's a reason why he's still in the minutes.
Holy moly! The alley-oop, Lugensdorf to Giovanni Scott, wakes everybody up here at Athlete Institute.
Why do they press? I don't know.
When has it worked so far?
It's never worked on this team. I've never seen anyone successfully press them.
Oh, great steal there. It's going to go back to AI.
There's another strip, and Rise can't afford that turnover.
3 minutes left to go in the first half.
We're going to have another press here. We'll see if this one works this time.
This one, a little bit more of a matched up press. But Brandon Kenyon, who you don't want to get fouls right now in this game, just got a foul on Kobe Lamb.
Yep, that's another situation of just making sure it's a second personal foul for Kenyon.
And of course, they're in bonus. They've been in bonus for the last 2 minutes. It's going to send Kobe Lamb, one of the best shooters on this team, to the line.
And that's just one of those situations, if you watch the replay, of Kenyon just not being able to get to the sideline quick enough to cut off that angle from Lamb. And that's something that you need to be able to do. You have to know exactly where you need to be in those presses to be able to create the pressure. And I mean, AI
it's also
Prep
not a foul you want for your big guy.
No, you don't. And it just AI Prep, they move the ball so well that you have to be able to expect it every single time, especially if, you're almost doing a man-to-man press there in a sense they were looking at.
Akende up top, over to Mooncat. OKK now over to Moore. Moore finds Akende up top, sets up for the three. That one just off the mark, tries to be cleaned up by Mooncat. First one doesn't fall, second one does. Foul goes to Kobe Lamb.
How many times has Mooncat been there for the offensive board in this game? He's been on. That's something we really haven't discussed much in this game, but he just seems to always be in the mix whenever a shot goes up there on the offensive boards.
Another one of those players that you look at and you think, he's athletic, maybe not the most athletic person in the gym, but then he jumps and he touches the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, he's got that surprising athleticism about him. See if he makes the second here.
Second one off the mark. Big rebound, Giovanni Scott.
Can't afford those misses, missing both free throws, and the lead remains at 12.
46-34, under 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Sam Routens finds himself wide open. That one off the mark. A pass to Lugensdorf. Just kidding. Dort steps out of bounds. It's going to be Rise ball.
It almost perfectly was drawn up. It was almost perfectly drawn up. That's what I meant to say.
Here's Akende now on the other side. Turns the corner on the right.
Nice idea. Just ran out of space.
Yeah, ran out of space. Here's Lugensdorf. Over to Routens. Routens, no hesitation. That one goes off. It's just off the mark.
That's the heat check right there. He was a good 2-3 steps behind the three-point line there. And that three-point line is roughly NBA line anyway.
I mean, as a former shooter, I understand that those heat checks are necessary, though. When you're a shooter, you can't stop when you're missing, because then you get subbed out for not shooting. He's there to space the floor. He's there to get the ball going from beyond the arc, and he's doing just that.
It looks like OKK nearly got away with a foul before finally getting called for one there on Routens.
Yeah, OKK.
You can see he grabbed Bartholomew's arm there when he was trying to go for the ball. But the basketball gods were not having it.
Yeah, he's going to get that second foul, and that's what we were talking about earlier, Ryan. You don't want your big guys getting these fouls at half court or at the 94-foot mark, and putting the best shooter on this team at the line with 1:30 left to go when the lead is already, 47 to 34.
And once again, it's not an insurmountable lead, but it's just something you can't really afford to allow to get AI Prep that much space. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be TRC, you could be Orangeville Prep, you could be Rise Prep.
Well, it's a confidence thing again coming into the third quarter.
Yeah. And they're going to have to start making those outside shots as well. They've missed a few of them in this quarter.
Here's more now for Rise. Drives, lots of hands on him, goes off the glass, and you can see, looking at the referee, he gets a technical foul, Ryan, and could have called that from a mile away.
Yeah, it's just not one of those situations you really want to get yourself.
You got your bucket.
Yeah, you got the bucket. It's I understand the frustration, but there's nothing good come from it. There's absolutely nothing good that's going to come from it.
Unless you're Sam Routens, because now you're at the line.
Well, Sam Routens isn't on his team.
Routens sinks it, and it's going to be AI ball again at half. 49-36. AI is starting to run away with it. However, Ryan, we talk about this every single time. These games are so long. There's so much time for either team to really go on a massive run still. But going into the half, AI does have a substantial lead.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the 1-3-1 zone here.
Routens doesn't let those two misses stop him, Ryan. Sets up. He just likes to have a hand in his face. Those open ones, not for him.
He's putting together one of the best. He's the first real pure shooter I've seen on this AI Prep team in a few years to really he's automatic.
Yeah.
You've got a few other guys we've seen in the past that have came in and that was their role, but I just haven't seen anyone with the consistency that Routens has had.
And like we just talked about, the pure confidence. I'm not going to stop. We've seen shooters come in and, they miss a few and then they get benched because they stop shooting. They're looking for passes. They're looking for rebounds, assists. He just keeps shooting.
Yeah, he does. And speaking of somebody that's still shooting, is Stajic. Knocks down a three, brings the lead down to 15.
They needed that one.
Oh, they
That's
absolutely
a big three.
did.
That's a big three.
And once again, he's earning minutes right now. They're going to need to keep him on the floor. And once again, this goes back to what we were talking about before. Really, it just came down to AI Prep, more specifically Sam Routens, has been knocking down threes, and Rise just has not been able to respond. And every time they miss one of those threes and AI Prep gets another one of those opportunities on the defensive glass, it just digs them a deeper and deeper hole each time, and they're going to have to find that shooter's touch if they're going to want to come out and give themselves a chance to win in the second half.
Yeah, and they have the shooters to do that.
Absolutely.
A guy like Thomas Shilton, he hasn't been setting himself up at the three-point line, and obviously that's in the scouting report. Don't let him shoot.
Yep.
But he's got to start looking for himself. Guys like Stajic, Lukomsky, they got to start bombing.
They do, and Akende too.
not irresponsibly bombing.
Well, yeah, of course, but
it's not that late in the game.
I'm even expecting guys like John Akende and Ramir Moore to start stepping up and knocking down those shots because they've had the opportunities. That John Akende, there's been about 2 or 3 opportunities at the top of the key there where it's just a little bit short, and that's something that you don't necessarily see out of him very, very often. He's another one who's very confident behind the line. But we'll see if he can continue to, if he can start finding his shooting touch. And I think if all of those people that you just mentioned, Kelsey, can find it, this game's right back into being a competitive one.
35 seconds left to go. Sam Routens from the corner.
Why are they leaving
and
him
he
open?
did it on the fast break. Ryan, he is unconscious tonight.
Yeah, you can't leave him open. He's got to have at least 15 now at this point.
5 threes for sure.
Yeah.
At least.
5 for 8,
Of course,
maybe?
we don't have
we don't have the stat
we don't
sheets
have
right
live
here,
stats.
But
we'll get it for you, of course, at the half, and that is what I like seeing with John Akende. Yes, we can say start shooting threes. You got to get open from beyond the arc, but this is what he does so well. He drives through the lane and finishes in traffic and with bodies hanging all over him. That's the John Akende that I like to see.
Yeah, not just that. He's also putting a couple of the bigs in trouble there. And when you have Lugan Stort playing in the power forward position and you have Giovanni Scott that's down there, those two are very, very big parts of this team. And any time that they get into foul trouble is something that is going to be a bit precarious for AI Prep. And John Akende, He's been showing it time and again. That really is his specialty. He's a pretty good shooter, but this is what he does best when he's going to the rim.
Yep. Little confusion there. The ref saying 2 shots. Everyone else kind of saying, I'm pretty sure there's 1. So they got the ball back. He puts up that 1 shot, and there's 12.2 seconds left to go in the first half. The ball is in the hands of Lugans Dort. Dort goes from 0 to 100, kicks it out to Giovanni Scott. In the hands of John Akende, and it's just short. What a turn of events.
And you can see Akende wants a foul again, but there is no foul.
Well, I mean, Addison Patterson walks onto the floor from the bench asking for the foul on his teammates. So everybody wants a little bit of a foul here at the end of 2 quarters. It's 57-42, AI Prep over Rise Prep.
Very impressive game so far, and you can see Rise Prep clawing their way a little bit back into that. I'm sure they're leaving into the locker room feeling a little bit better about themselves compared to how they were, about 2 minutes earlier.
Absolutely. They've gone on a bit of a run. Again, the threes have helped. And guys, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to OSBA TV. We're jamming out to old school Mariah Carey right now for third quarter action in this Valentine's Day marquee. It's the first game of a doubleheader today. AI over Rise Prep right now, 57-42. It's going to be an offensive foul there, Ryan. An illegal screen by David Muncat to start off the third quarter.
Not the way Rise Prep wanted to kick off this quarter, already finding themselves down by 15. And that's his third personal foul as well. A guy who's been very, very active on the boards in this game. Can't allow him to get in any foul trouble, Kelsey.
Barthélemy bringing it up slowly for this team. Gets it to Mabeni Nam. Back to Barthélemy. The floater, no good. And there we go. We talk about it again. Muncat always on the boards.
Yeah, great defensive board there. Gets the stop. See if they can cut into the lead now.
Moore, pull up, no good. Cleaned up by Dawson John. Give him his first bucket of the game.
They're going to need a lot more of that. They're staying active on the offensive boards. That's all you can ask for.
They're staying with that press, Ryan. AI has gotten another open look. Unfortunately, this time Mabeni Nam has traveled, but when we talk about this press, Ryan, we're saying that AI is consistently beating it, getting those open looks. Despite the travel there, he was wide open underneath.
He was. He's just got to get one more power dribble and go up and finish. But it's a good learning experience
no
for
dribble.
him. Yep, he's in one of those games where he's going to be getting major minutes, so he's got an opportunity here to really kind of work on some stuff.
Muncat drives, kicks out. Lukomsky with the floater. That's usually his shot. That one no good. Last touched by AI. It's going to go Rise Prep ball.
I'm going to say that was some great defense by Routens there. As you can see, Lukomsky didn't look completely comfortable as he went up for that shot. A little bit of nudge on the body just makes it off. Just makes him miss a little bit there, excuse me.
Ramir Moore, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Muncat redrives. Sam Routens getting a hand in it. 3 seconds. Moore puts it up, no good.
Yeah, you can see Dort clearly got a hand on that one.
Giovanni Scott over to Routens. Can you leave him open, Ryan?
Nope.
Bam! No, you can't.
Sam Routens, what a game he's having. Trust me, you're going to stay tuned to our Twitter feeds. You're going to see how much he finished with.
Yep. It's going to be crazy. There's a three bomb, the answer for Vladimir Lukomsky.
Lukomsky has came to ball. Good for him. They're going to need to keep feeding that hot hand.
In the first quarter, I told you that was my all-star that I said look out for. And just like that, a big three ball. And there's another one by Lugan Stort. We're watching a three-point clinic right now. Rise, hopefully going to look to answer again.
They're going to have to. They don't really have a choice at this point. Great finish there. But they have to guard the perimeter now, the transition, and see if they can stop it.
Barthélemy. 2 steps in, that one, easy.
You can see shot for shot now as it looks like OKK is going to come into the game. Or no,
just kidding.
Kenyon.
He ran up, coach grabbed his arm, pulled him back, and threw Kenyon there. Here's Muncat. Muncat charged with the offensive foul. What great defensive awareness, I'm going to say, by Sam Routens. Plants his feet right over top of that semicircle. Sells it a little bit, I'm going to say, right in the chest, falls, and there's a foul on Muncat. That's his fourth.
Well, I'm going to say right now, it seems like, it's a pick-em situation there because you have Lukomsky who's been hitting consistent shots in the corner wide open, but then you also have a smaller defender at the rim. It's kind of a, fielder's choice, if you will, to borrow a baseball term. But I think in that situation, I think you need to keep feeding the hot hand, which was Lukomsky.
Talk about hot hands. Oh, Sam Routens misses that one. I'm like half kind of cheering only because he's been having such a great night. That would be any player on any team if they were having that hot of a night from beyond the arc. I got to respect it. Giovanni Scott with the jam.
That is a big throwdown there by Giovanni Scott.
That was a powerful one.
Throwdown.
He's sending a message right now. 67-49, under 7 minutes left to go. And a big tray ball by Stajic.
Yep, that's it, though. They're still keeping pace. 15-point lead still.
Hey, a three ball is more than a dunk, so I'll take a three anytime.
Yep.
Giovanni Scott goes up. No foul call. Sam Routens grabs the rebound, pulls it out. 15 seconds left to go. Lugan Stort releases from up top. That one, no good. There's a technical foul on Giovanni Scott. He's upset, Ryan, clearly that he didn't get a foul on that one.
Yeah, we're going to see here real quick.
Ryan's got the replay on his computer.
We've got the replay. Well, it's about a 30-second difference, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll get a chance to see it in a minute. Once the...
Yeah, Vladimir Lukomsky is going to go take the foul shot for the technical foul. A great choice, actually, for someone to take the shot. He's been pretty hot from beyond the arc. Fortunately, doesn't make this one, but Rise Prep will get the ball back at half court. 6 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the third.
And you could see Scott on the replay there just kind of knocked, I believe that was Kenyon's hand away as he was trying to go and box him out. And because of the slap of the hand there, that's why he got the technical.
There we go. Moore goes up. That one no good. He's going to go to the line for two.
You can see that could have went either way there, as you saw.
Yeah, a little bit of a
hand
push. Yeah.
Yep. But I think the foul on Dort happened first.
Yeah, the refs are doing a really good job today not calling kind of the reaction fouls, which a lot of, I mean, at least in my playing days, I would like to think a lot of the refs kind of get lulled into that, where they're doing a really good job tonight at calling that first foul.
Yeah, and you know what? As far as, you know, a couple of players and coaches have voiced their frustrations, but I think the refs have been doing a great job calling this game so far.
I would say both teams are unhappy, and when both teams are unhappy, that's the best the refs can do.
It usually means you're doing a good job. And there's off the back.
Off the backboard, the bank is open. What's up, Brandon Kenyon?
He's got to call that. He's got to call that.
Did he?
I'm going to assume he did. Because it's OSBA and this is high-level basketball.
I mean, it's on the scoreboard, so he must have called it, right?
Exactly.
Here's Bartholomew up top for AI. A nice little dish over to Nam. It doesn't go in. Gets his own rebound and puts it in for two, though. It's just those long arms and the height that is unmatched right now down low.
Yeah, very good second effort there, not giving up. And here's another three.
Kenyon, can he go back-to-back? Oh, so close. That one, no good. Lugensdorp pulls down the rebound. Outlets to Giovanni Scott. Puts it up. Almost an alley-oop from the point guard on AI. Puts it in for 2 points.
The power forward to the point guard. How often you see that? It's been a while.
It's like a Muggsy Bogues action. I like it. I like it. It's like Antonio Davis to Muggsy Bogues.
You can see Giovanni Scott. Giovanni Scott's used to catching those. You can see by how he passed that there. He's not used to putting them up.
Giovanni Scott with the rebound.
Now he's running point.
Kicks it out to Lugensdorp. Dort. It goes in. Shooter's roll. Give the assist to Giovanni Scott.
Look at that. They're just doing everything right here. The friendliest of rolls on that one. Bounced off the rim 3 times.
Thomas Shilton goes up. No good. Gets the rebound. Goes up again. He got 2 offensive rebounds on that one. Finally called with the foul. He'll go to the charity stripe for 2.
I'm a huge fan of that, Kelsey, because most guys at that point after the second or third try would have tried to pass it out. But Shilton, no. He stayed with the ball, went up strong every single time, and as a result, the refs rewarded him with a trip to the line. Very, very determined offense there by Chilton.
And Chilton, he's shooting quite high from the foul line so far this season, so it would be a surprise to his team right now if he was to miss one.
Yeah.
5 minutes, 2 seconds left to go. 56 Rise has against 74 with AI.
There's great spatial awareness as well when you think about as he misses that one. You jinxed him, Kelsey.
Not on purpose.
You jinxed him. But, you know, getting back to just very quickly that final play there, he realized it was just him and Scott under the rim, so he went for it. Most guys, as I said, would try and pass it out, but recognize that there really would probably be somebody lurking there in the passing lane, so goes up, and he does get a single point for his efforts.
Yep.
And on top of that, there's a foul called on Giovanni Scott, so he's got to be satisfied with that.
Miss a deep 3 if it goes. Nothing but net. Bartholomew getting in on the 3-point action.
Both teams starting to light it up here from behind the arc.
A team like Rise right now, Ryan, as Shilton is just off the mark there, a team like Rise, how do you stop AI from beyond the rim or from beyond the 3-point line when they're also so deadly, driving?
Well,
so you're backing off them because you don't want them to drive on you, but then they're pulling up from 4 feet behind the 3-point line.
Well, that's where it comes down to just having to have that knack for defense. You've got to be able to want to grab the ball. You've got to be able to make quick rotations. Communication is going to be key. And you really, more than anything, they just have to get back on defense.
And they tried to go zone for a couple possessions. That didn't work.
Nope. And but once again, I was just saying, like, you're going back on zone here. You're seeing every single time a ball goes down, AI preps off to the races, and you're still seeing a couple of black shirts lagging behind.
Yep.
And you can't afford that. As soon as you see them get the rebound, you got to get your tail to the other end and make sure that you're going to be able to set up the proper rotations on defense.
Well said, well said. And with that, Sam Routens is going to come back. He's going to go to the line for 2 shots when they return from the timeout. Ryan, just like that, we blinked, and it's a 20-point game, 77-57. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the third.
And that really is just a testament to how deadly of the shooting display that AI Prep has been putting on. I mean, before it began with just Sam Routens lighting it up. Now we're getting Sean Bartholomew knocking shots from about 25, 30 feet out. We're getting Giovanni Scott playing as a best point guard impersonation, getting it over to against Dort, getting that friendliest of rolls. We've seen probably the friendliest roll I think I've seen this season in the OSBA. And as a result of that, I mean, teams are just shooting well. This is a team that can shoot the ball, and they're displaying it right now.
Yeah.
Excellent chemistry.
Toronto Raptors fans actually were going crazy last night because the Raptors hit 13 threes, tied them for their second ever, or, you know, this season, however many threes they've hit. I would be surprised if AI wasn't, like, crushing that. I would be surprised if they didn't have 20 right now.
I actually wouldn't be shocked either. I mean, I'd say anywhere between 15 and 20.
Sam Routens sinks the first.
I mean, Routens has
Second
got
one is
6
good as
by
well.
himself.
I would say more than, I'd say 7. After he hit another one. He had 5 in the first half.
Yeah, I think he hit that one there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, moving on.
We could debate this all day.
Nice shot
I
there.
love that floater by Vladimir Lukomsky. It's been 3 times this game from the baseline. He lets it go. Beautiful, beautiful finish.
He is having a great game for himself. Now see if he can try and keep getting those shots and those opportunities.
Routens drives off the glass, shows he's not just a three-point shooter. It's good for 2.
Wow. He is having a day.
Akende going 100 miles an hour, goes up, no good. Rebound, Kenyon. Beautiful move, takes it from the left-hand side, takes that one power dribble, finds himself open on the right-hand side. There's going to be a foul there on Lukomsky.
Yeah, Lukomsky gets caught there. But as you said, a great effort by Kenyon on the other end.
Absolutely.
Going up and under.
A smart finish.
But once again, off to the races. AI Prep gets the ball. They're running right up the floor. And Lukomsky didn't have time to react and gets called for the foul.
Kobe Lamb here for AI against Thomas Shilton. That one knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with AI. Both teams upset with this call, Ryan.
It was clearly off of the Rise player from this angle. I'm sorry, but there's...
We do have a good angle. We're sitting opposite the benches, up a little bit higher, so we did have a pretty good angle of that one.
That was an easy call for the ref on this side. And the slot, referee in the slot.
Woo! Giovanni Scott, 14 seconds on the shot clock. 1 dribble from the three-point line to put up the slam.
So athletic. And it's so deceiving how he's able to attack the rim like that. He's deceptively quick. That's the term I'm looking for.
Yep. Here's Ramir Moore, who's not deceptively quick, just quick. That one just doesn't go. Are we getting another alley-oop here? Giovanni Scott, back-to-back dunks.
What a throw down there by Scott. You could see it forming as Routens was coming up.
He is a walking highlight reel right now, Giovanni Scott. There's going to be a foul there on Lugan Stort. It's going to be Rise Prep ball on the sideline, 16 seconds on the shot clock.
And you see 84-61, not the game Rise Prep was expecting.
I don't think many people were expecting this.
No, not at all. I mean, AI Prep, they're feeling it right now.
Especially without Ben Hendricks, without Addison Patterson.
Yep.
And again, Rise doesn't have Brandon John, who's a big presence underneath. But it's 1 starter versus 2, really, when it comes to AI versus Rise. I'm not sure anyone was expecting this, but again, those quarters are so long, Ryan.
You can see there's another steal, another dunk. Oh, nope. I jinxed it.
Can you hear the crowd? The crowd that gets up and goes, oh.
Yeah, everyone was holding their breath for a second there because they knew it was Dort that was coming down the lane, and he is the BioSteel Slam Dunk champion in 2017. He was also the MVP of that game, if you can believe it.
So he's okay.
Yeah.
He's a decent basketball player.
He's not bad.
Ramir Moore finds himself in the lane, no good. John cleans it up. A great finish by Dawson John.
Yeah, very impressive finish there. Off balance, kind of lays it back. He kind of had to almost go behind his head there.
Yeah. Barthélemy goes up off the glass, no good. Great defense by Thomas Shilton, who gets the rebound and gets it to Moore. Moore going coast to coast, kicks it out to John. Up to Akende. Akende re-drives. That one's going to be a charging foul. No bucket. As the 2 guys on the floor, it's Lugan Stort.
They hug it out.
Yeah, Lugan Stort and John Akende hug it out on the floor. Yeah. It's Valentine's Day after all.
It looks like Dort almost caught him there on that and just went, well, all right, we're here. Unfortunately, though, that's still not going to count as a bucket.
Yeah, the bucket will not count. The ref made sure as soon as he blew the whistle, actually, to say, don't count that one.
Yep.
Didn't keep anyone guessing. Here's Lugan Stort now up top. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the third. Bullies his way through 2 defenders, Ryan.
Well, you see Chilton got hit in the hip there. He's a little winded. Going to need a minute, and I think they're going to be
The
a
strength and
substitution.
power that comes behind a body like Lugansdort, though, I mean, he definitely got winded trying to stand up against the force that comes with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't care how big you are. When Lugansdort is coming down the lane like that at full speed, he is a big human being.
Yeah.
And he caught him right on. It looked like he caught him right on the hip,
Yeah.
right on the
I mean,
that
and
hip
Thomas
bone.
Shilton, good for him, like stood his ground, didn't
Yeah.
back down, didn't fall, but it comes with
Of course,
comes
it
with a consequence.
Exactly. And into the game now for him is Victor Nazadas out of Mississauga, 6'6" forward, class of 2019. He's getting his first touches of the game.
More now for Rise. They've got a fresh shot clock, looking to set something up. Rejects the screen, gets it out to Kenyon. Kenyon right back to Moore. Moore releases for a long two off the side of the backboard. Lugansdort leads Keyshawn Barthélemy up. He puts down a jammer. 88-63. Ryan, all the fans here, you know, despite not being the game that they thought it was going to be, it is a fun one to watch.
Oh, yeah, they're getting entertained, that's for sure. Zakende gets a foul, can't get the and one, but Rise Prep, unfortunately, just can't get anything going consistently, I think is the right term, because they've had some really impressive highlights, had some impressive performances from players so far in this game, but it just seems like AI Prep is just running all over the floor, and Rise just can't keep up right now.
It's funny that you say that. We've had some good plays by players on this team, and that's, I think, going to be the defining factor in this game. They're not playing like a team right now. I can tell. I mean, I don't know their plays. I don't have a playbook, but they're not running plays right now.
No, they're just
They're
trying to
coming
find
down,
the open man,
yeah,
or they're
absolutely.
trying to isolate, and you're seeing that there's only one or two passes before the shot goes up.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. Obviously, right now AI is playing like that, but it's because they're playing loose. It's because they're up 20-plus points. Whereas if you're going to come back into it, you got to get fast breaks and you got to run your plays to get the open looks.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of forcing on individual players, and it's not one player, it's not two players. It's kind of everyone just a little frantic, I'm going to say.
Yeah, well said.
Or desperate to get back in this game. Kobe Lamb takes the hit. Can't get the bucket to fall. Here's Akende now in the fast break. This is a time where Akende shines. Get going, and just like that, he puts it in. That's what Akende is so good at. Great steal there by Stajic. He's coming back. Just over a minute left to go in the third. Great decision by Akende. Now set something up. They duck in, and that's going to be an out of bounds on Rise.
And that's got to be a bit of a backbreaker there. Had something going, got a quick transition bucket, trying to set something up, and the first pass is off. Just a little bit of miscommunication.
It's a weird angle.
Yeah.
Getting it into the post, you got to kind of be more on the 45.
He's got to have he's got to be set too.
Yeah.
I mean, before you pass that ball, I don't think that one was really on Nasadas. I think that was more on Kenyon's decision to throw it when he did.
Here's Lugansdort now up top, pulls it back, drives with the left hand, swings it back to his right, no good. Big rebound by Stajic. Stajic with the lead pass, a beautiful pass up to number 12 and Victor Nazadas' first bucket of the game, and it's a big one.
That's much
That's
needed.
a hustle bucket, and it's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see just working hard on defense, creating a tough shot on Dort, fighting for the rebound, find the open man who's up. Nazadas gets on his horse as soon as he sees his teammate with the ball, puts his hand up, let him know he's there. And when you get running like that, it doesn't matter who's chasing you. More often than not, when you get a lead like that, or a head start like that, if you will, you are going to finish consistently at the rim.
Absolutely. 38.6 seconds left to go in the third. It's 88-68. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody watching at home. Again, another big shout out to Aiden Hendricks watching us, and his uncle Charles coach this AI team. We'll be back after a quick break. Welcome back to third quarter action. 38.6 seconds left to go in the third. It's 88-68 AI Prep over Rise Prep. Here's Barthélemy. being guarded closely by Stajic up top. Finds Lucas Dort. Dort looks for the foul there, actually looks at the referee, turns back around and puts it in. Ryan, that just speaks to his athleticism and dominance in this game, that he's able to actually speak to the ref during a play and then turn around and put the bucket in, and he'll go to the line for one more.
Oh my gosh, sometimes it's just, I don't know. Some of the stuff he does, you're not used to seeing it. You just don't know what's going on. Very impressive finish.
The extra point is good. 22.7 now on the clock to finish out this third quarter. Stajic up to Nasidas, kicks it out to Kenyon. Kenyon to Akende. If you're Rise right now, you want to run something. They get it into Nasidas, and he puts it in, his second bucket. What a beauty.
Impressive.
Nasidas gets the steal, spots up from the three. That one just short. He could have gone on a streak in his first shift of the game.
Almost.
At the end of the third, Ryan, 91-70. Who would have guessed it?
Not many people would have, but once again, we saw just at the end there how quickly Rise can put buckets on the board if they need to, and we'll see if they can try and get something going here in this fourth quarter, or is AI Prep going to close it out?
We'll be back in 1 minute to let you know there's 10 more minutes of action. Welcome back to OSBA TV. Fourth quarter action, Ryan. The last 10 minutes of this first game of the doubleheader right now. It's 91-70. AI Prep leading the way over Rise Prep. We're seeing JJ Sador make his first appearance in the game for AI Prep. Another dead-eye shooter for this team. They've got three on the court right now in Sam Routen's Kobe Lamb and JJ Sador. Kobe Lamb just off the mark.
He's the only person on this floor that I actually wouldn't get mad at taking that shot. He's got such a deadly pull-up jumper.
Yeah. Nasidas showing his confidence. He might be my new favorite player on this team. Puts it up, that one just off the mark. Couple offensive rebounds. Mooncat finally cleans it up for two.
You can see Rise showing some fight in this final quarter here. We'll see if they can make a run of it.
Lugan Dort now bringing it up for this team. A minute has passed. There's 9 left to go in the game. Dort speeds it up, puts the pass into Mabeni Nam, who just cannot hold on to the ball. Another steal by Mooncat. Mooncat up to Stajic. Stajic, the spin move, hands it off. Sydney Okeke goes up. Mabeni Nam gets charged with that foul, and that's one no one's going to argue with, Ryan.
No, not at all. You could see off the spin move, Okeke, Mabeni Nam draped all over him, so all he had to do was just go up and show that he was trying to get a shot off, and easy call there. And fortunately, Mabeni Nam, just not his game today, having a couple of missed opportunities, and now he's going to take a seat on the bench next to the coach and try and see if he can figure this out before the end of the game.
I mean, sometimes it is a little bit nerve-wracking getting that first start. You know, a lot is riding on you. And that is kind of just the way that he was playing today, just a little bit scared. But again, he's so young. He has so much more time to get that confidence.
Yeah, of course. He's got time. So many more games left, even just in the schedule this year.
Yeah. Okay. Misses the foul shot, but an offensive rebound by Stajic gets them the possession. There's only 10 seconds left to go. John Akende does what he does best. That one just mark, though. They get an offensive rebound. Akende spots up from the corner. There we go. The shooter's roll is good for 3.
And there's the finally. John Akende wakes up from behind the arc, gets a little help from the rim there.
Barthélemy puts up the floater. That one no good. There's a rebound by Okeke.
Body's
Akende,
all over.
Yeah. He's going at it again. That time there's going to be a blocking foul on Sam Routens.
You could see there that was a 50-50 call. It really could have went either way
The
on that
refs, you
one.
could see, the refs both kind of looked at each other and said, we know there's a foul there. What did you have? They both kind of agreed that it was going to be a blocking foul.
Yeah, you could see right there. You could see as well, Nasadaw's doing a great job running the floor. He had his hands ready to receive the pass, but Akende's saying, you know what? Let's see if I can put Sam Routens in some foul trouble.
I mean, it's a good game plan for someone who's been so hot from beyond the arc this entire game.
Yep. And so, you know what? Akende's that kind of player, though. He's, he wants the ball. He wants to try and score. He wants to be the aggressor in those situations. And as long as he's getting the right calls for the referee, there's really nothing you can complain about. It's a good shot. There's Giovanni Scott doing some house cleaning.
Getting his community hours in for his high school. What do you need, 40?
That's right, 40 hours.
Give him one here. I'll sign off on it.
Yeah, nice.
Making sure everyone's safe.
You hear that, Giovanni? You'll graduate yet.
John Akende now at the line. He's got 2. First one's good. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. It's 91-76. Although it looks daunting, Ryan, it's not gone. This game is not over.
He knocks this down. It's a 14-point game. Not bad considering they were down by as much as 25.
Yeah. Big board by Giovanni Scott, who's now, I was going to say playing the point guard, but loses it in the behind the back. John Akende spots up from beyond the 3. It would be a big one if it went. There's a big rebound by Okeke. It goes up. Yeah. And it's off of them. It's AI ball on the baseline.
Yeah, it's a tough shot for Okeke. I'm not going to lie, at that point, not a bad idea to go back up again. But, I mean, when you're down like that, but you have plenty of time, maybe kick it out, reset the play. But you can't get mad at the effort.
Lugan Stort out to Giovanni Scott. Scott releases from 3, and it's 1-2 Trey.
Giovanni Scott, his only three-pointer of the game, knocks it down and couldn't have asked for a better time. Puts
Shooting
the lead
100%.
right back up. Yep, puts the lead right back up to 18.
Stajic up top for Rise. Gets it into Munecat. A beautiful pass. Munecat won't finish as Kobe Lamb thinks that he gets a clean block. He's called for the foul, and it's going to put Munecat at the line for 2.
Yeah, you could just see just a little bit of an angle. He was kind of putting his hands down a little bit as he was going up. Of course, you can't do that. You have to go straight up for those kind of blocks to not get the call, especially if you're going to leave your feet. And unfortunately, I think just based off of the fact that Munecat, he's just so strong when he goes to the rim, kind of was able to knock Lamb in the chest a little bit. Arms go down, and that's a foul. Not a fun one to call, not a fun one to be responsible for, but it's still a foul nonetheless. Here's Munecat now. See if he can make it 2 of 2. Makes good on it. So it's back down to 16. 7:28 to go in this fourth quarter. We'll see if Rise can get another stop here and make a game of it.
Lugan Stort out to Scott.
Woo!
Scott gets him on skates, goes up, and it's good for 2 points. The crowd is on their feet.
Giovanni Scott, we talked about this. He's so unorthodox.
He woke him up.
Beautiful. That could be a play of the year right there.
Beautiful, beautiful ball handling plus the finish. Wow, there's going to be a foul there. That one is going to go to number 13, Sydney Okeke, and it's going to be AI ball on the baseline.
Not his day.
Wow.
Just not his last couple of minutes. Yeah, he needs to go take a
Our
seat for a few
OSBA
seconds.
comms manager has got that on video down low.
Oh, goodness.
That'll be one on Instagram in a few minutes, I'm sure, so you can check that one out.
What a highlight.
Yeah, Ontario SBA if you're looking for it on Instagram.
Yep, or on Twitter, too.
Lugan Stort puts it in for 2.
Wants another foul, and he might actually have a case on that one. It looked like, I think it was Munecat that kind of grabbed his shoulder there as he went up.
Sometimes really strong players are penalized just because they're so strong and the fouls don't look like they're as bad as they are.
There's Stajic air ball as Giovanni Scott got right in there. And this one, you got to be careful. They're starting to let this one slip away a little bit from Rise Prep.
I like this substitution, though. John Akende is going to go to the line, get a quick breather, kind of regain his speed and his agility. Vladimir Lukomsky comes into the game. I want to see him jack from the 3.
Yeah, not just that.
He's
it's
been hot from the line.
He knows how to shift gears. He knows how to, stop and go. He's got a great nose for the basket, And like you said, he's been shooting great today, so we'll see if he can continue that.
Lucan Stewart, pump fakes. No one puts their hand up. He says, hand down, man down. Puts it in. Nothing but net for the tray.
He's such an underrated shooter because he does so many other things well.
Lukomsky. That one no good. Dort cleans up the board, gets it to Scott. Scott, a beautiful
nice
pass
pass
into Barthélemy, goes up off the glass for 2. It's going to be a timeout called by Rise. Like you said, Ryan, just letting it slip away. It's 103-78, under 6 minutes left to go.
And just like that, we had a 14-point game here, Kelsey. Now it's right back up to 25, and you can see it's just one of those situations here where even despite the fact that AI may not think they're getting the calls, they're getting the buckets, that's for sure.
We'll be back after a quick break. 5 minutes, 51 seconds left to go in the game. 103-78. See you in a minute. Welcome back to OSBA TV. Foul on Sam Rounds is going to kick off the play after that timeout. It's going to send Vladimir Lukomsky to the line for 2. Oh, excuse me, that was on Giovanni Scott. That's 5 fouls on Giovanni Scott now, Ryan. Still 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go. That's a big one.
It is. You know, there's still, like you said, 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes remaining in this game. And when you have an opportunity here from Mabeni Nam to get a few more minutes in, try and see if he can get those shakes out, start finishing strong into the rim. There's Lukomsky. He's good.
If there was ever a time, Ryan, that Rise was looking to really dig their heels down and start going, this would be it without Giovanni Scott on the floor, who's been dominating on the glass.
They have, so we'll see if they can get that stop. It all starts one stop at a time. One stop at a time.
Yep. Here's Barthélemy.
Gotta ease off on the fouls, though.
Barthélemy to Dort. Dort goes up, collapses, looking for the foul there, nothing. I didn't see much of a foul there, to be honest.
No.
Kobe Lamb gets a steal up to Barthélemy. Barthélemy puts it up, slows it down, makes it look, I'm going to say pretty. Almost gets the steal there, gets a hand on it. 94 feet from the basket, 105-80.
See if they can get a stop here.
Here's Moore, out to Stajic.
Nice
right
pass.
back to Moore. And that foul is going to be against Mabeni Nam, sending Moore to the line for 2.
And you can see if you're Mabeni Nam, you just can't afford to leave your feet like that. You have to keep your hands high. But if you're Rise Prep, excellent idea attacking Nam, because really, who else do they have on the floor that's going to be a big man that's left? It would be John Dole. Would be the last line of defense, if you will, at this point at the center and power forward position.
Daniel Frolin could get a couple minutes, probably more in that 4 spot. Shifting Dole to the 5. Here's Barthélemy. Spots up from the 3. That one no good. Mabeni Nam grabs the rebound, knocked out of bounds. It's going to go right back to Rise Prep. Under 5 minutes left to go, Ryan, in the game.
Coach is not happy. It's going to be AI Prep ball, actually.
Yeah, they've switched the call. Coach Charles getting in the ear of the referee. It's going to be AI ball on the baseline. There's a substitution in for Rise Prep.
That's
Victor,
Nasadas.
Yeah, Nasadas is making his second shift in the game. I was so impressed with the first one. I'm happy that he's back on. Munecat takes a quick seat on the bench. I'm sure we'll see him again soon. 14 seconds on the shot clock. AI ball. They get it to Dort. Dort to Lamb. Lamb to Mabeni Nam, wide open underneath. A big miscomm on the defensive end for Rise Prep.
Yeah, he's got to feel good about that one. There's a
Nasidas. I told you, Ryan, I'm a big fan. Got
Yep,
it, went up
goes
with
strong.
confidence. Mabeni Nam gets another foul.
That's one of those situations you could see Dort even instructing them. You got to make sure you just keep your hands high on those. Make sure you don't get caught on the rotation.
Yep.
Keep your hands high. All you're really worried about, all you're really trying to do in that situation is just keep yourself between the player and the basket. You keep yourself in between those two, standing at a shade over 7 feet tall with your hands up in the air. It's
Just
very
stand there.
unlikely
Yep.
they're going to be able to finish over top of you.
Yep.
And very unlikely you're going to get a call against you.
Yeah, well said. It's like you were a 7-footer in your past life.
I was always the tall kid until about grade 7 or 8 when everyone kind of
just
caught
caught
up.
up.
Yeah, everyone caught up.
I gotcha. Lugan Stewart short from the 3.
I never stopped growing after grade 8.
Nasa Das!
Big throwdown for him.
Big throwdown. And again, his first bucket was a major hustle play. This bucket, just hustle. He just out-hustled the defense.
He
just
does.
got down there first. They outletted him the ball.
And he
And it's
understood.
good for 2 points. Kobe Lamb drives. There's going to be a foul there. On Lukomsky. It's going to be on the floor, so it's going to be AI ball on the baseline. There's a substitution in for Rise Prep. John Akende makes his way back onto the floor. Lukomsky is going to take a quick blow.
As he goes straight for water.
Like literally
Really did it.
sprinted
He
over
sprinted for
to the water.
Yep. He's intense. He's ready to go.
Great defense there by Stajic, able to get a hand on the inbounds. 14 seconds on the shot clock. 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the game. It's 107-84. Lugan Stewart up top, over to Routens. Routens, a man in his face. Ramir Moore. I'm going to say Ramir Moore is the last person to touch that ball.
I
Still
think you
goes
might be
in.
right. Yeah, so it just went right through the hand. That's one of those ghost shots.
Yep, there's a steal for Sam Routens. Routens in the open court. Gives it to Dort. Dort just cannot connect. He gets his own rebound, goes up again, and that foul is going to go to number 11, Brandon Canyon of Rise.
Good foul, though. You don't want to let Dort go up like that.
Yep.
Goes in with full intention to try and block him. That's one of those situations there where it's,
He
you
went
got
up with full
3:40
intention
left.
to volleyball spike it.
Absolutely. I think at this point he's really more just trying to send the message to his bench and say, hey, listen, we may have let this one get away from us, but we're going to still finish strong. We're still going to keep competing.
Yep. He's going to take a seat on the bench, and it's Dawson John who makes his way back into the game for Rise Prep.
Dawson John having he had a couple of really impressive highlights during this game. That behind the head layup.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Showing off the body
Behind
control.
the head layup.
Yep.
Lugan Stewart misses. He grabs another rebound there. Kobe Lamb knocks it out of bounds. It's going to stay with Rise Prep. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. The fire is just not lit under them anymore.
No, but one thing I am impressed with right now is you're seeing, you're up by 26 points. Doesn't matter. You're still going for those, trying to force those turnovers, still playing hard defense. And that's all you can ask for if you're Coach Charles watching this so far from your team.
Yep. John Akende can't connect on the left-hand side.
Yep. He's
Here's
had a few of those roll out here and there. Just not a timely time for that to
Sam
happen.
Routens just getting stats now, puts up another one. That one just off the mark. It's in and out. On the other end, Rise Prep, Stajic drives, pulls it out. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Dawson John for 3.
That's a nice shot for him. He's not usually used to shooting from out there, but you saw he hit some
Looks
very
pretty
nice.
comfortable
Yeah,
today.
that looked that was a very clean form. I like that. He should shoot more of those.
Barthélemy into Nam. Nam goes up, no good. That foul is going to go against Victor Nasidas.
You see Nam, as you can see as the game's going on, he's getting a little bit more comfortable getting open and trying to go up and finish. But once again, Rise Prep not giving up any easy buckets. They're still playing hard defense right to the end here with 2:53 to go. They're more than likely going to go down to 9-3 on the season. Not the outcome they were hoping for, Rise Prep.
Still puts them in 4th place, though. It's not a bad place to be.
No, not at all. But they're definitely going to have a lot to take away from this one. This really just kind of seemed like the defense wasn't there in the second and third quarters in transition. AI Prep just ran them ragged. And this is going to be an interesting game tape for them to study later on.
Yeah, well, it's like we said, Ryan, it was that third quarter. You got to come in with fire because AI does.
Yep. Not just that. I mean, you look at the athletes and the basketball players they have on the floor between Dort and Routens. Both of them, they were almost scoring at will in this game.
Yep. Giovanni Scott cleaned the glass on this team. They really did miss the big presence of Brandon John. Another alley-oop. This time, Sam Routens to Lugans Dort.
There's Sam Routens giving himself an assist there. Saw Dort right away. You could see that one was coming from about half court.
Absolutely. Stajic spots up. That one wide open. Nothing but air. Nasidas tries to clean it up. That one no good. Here's Barthélemy. Barthélemy over to Routens. Routens. Oh.
That's a hard foul.
Yeah, he landed hard on his back there. He wasn't even looking to score on that one. He was looking to just grab it and kind of keep it in bounds because he could tell he was a little too far towards the baseline. Gets pushed while he's in the air, lands on his head, but he's up telling his teammates that he's okay right now.
Yeah, I think we'll see if someone's going to come in. Nope, no, Lugans Dort is going to take a seat. I think it's pretty safe to say his day is done.
Yep, 1 minute, 53 seconds left to go. The team is in bonus, so Sam Routens will go to the line for 2, and Daniel Frolin makes his first appearance in the game.
And that makes AI Prep in about 1:53. They reach double-digit wins once again in the OSBA. They are, I believe, the third team in the OSBA this year to reach 10 wins, behind Orangeville Prep and TRC. Just look at the standings here.
Sam Routens connects both from the foul line. Now we're under 2 minutes left to go.
I'm sorry. Actually, they've already gotten their 10th win.
Well, then
they're going to move down. They're going to go to 11-2, and it's going to be Rise. It's going to go down to 10-3.
Routens puts up another 3. That one no good. Gets his own rebound. He's going to clear it out now. 13 seconds on the shot clock. John Dole.
I want Mabeni now to shoot that.
That's Dole.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Well, you want Dole to shoot it too.
Yeah, I want Dole to shoot that.
Thomas Shilton chases down the rebound.
Shoot
1:25 left to go.
You're up 28. Shoot it.
Ramir Moore goes up and in. It's good for 2. And there's a not a timeout, but there's substitutions on the floor. John Akende comes back in, and JJ Sador takes out Kobe Lamb.
See if JJ Sador here, final minute 18. See if he can get a couple of three-pointers up. Get his stroke going.
Keyshawn Barthélemy over to Frolin. Frolin finds John. There's going to be a travel there. Happy feet, Ryan.
Unfortunately, and it just, once again, just not his day.
Wait, what's your favorite line? You love when people travel because then you get to say.
You have to dribble, then step. Dribble, step. Dribble, step.
Here's Ramir Moore.
There's going to be.
There's going to be a call here. It looks like the shot clock.
Yeah, the shot clock was at 14 instead of 24.
Yeah. So they're going to reset it. It's at 22
now. You can't
now.
do that.
No, silly.
Not allowed to.
John Akende up top. A minute left to go in the game. It's 117-91. Akende drives. That one's good.
Nice finish there. Touch off the glass.
They're doubled. Able to find the open man.
I thought he had the steal there.
Yeah, Barthélemy keeps it. Sam Routens keeps stroking. Give him another 1, 2, 3.
120 points. Shows you just how many
Sam
points this team can put
Sam
up.
Routens at least has 100 of them from beyond the 3.
I don't think any records have been broken today, but it's still been quite the performance.
Here's Frolin. Finds Routens. Routens wants it again. That one no good.
So probably be the last possession for Rise.
There's going to be a foul there. That one goes to Daniel Frolin. Get him on the score sheet.
I like that. Get him on the score sheet.
It's going to send John Akende to the line for 2 shots.
Frolin, class of 2020, 6'4" guard out of Calgary, Alberta. A couple of great ballers coming out of Alberta nowadays.
Who?
Well, just great ballers in general.
I think
guys out of Alberta, you got a Don McCoy coming out of Edmonton.
Ite from Orangeville Prep.
Yep. Go Alberta.
I have a bias towards the Brampton Ballers myself.
Yep. Well, you know me. I love my Mississauga guys and Rexdale guys. And there's a steal by Ramir Moore.
The Philly guy.
Nice layup there.
Nice finish there by Lukomsky. 9
seconds
seconds left to go.
See if they can get 100. I don't think they will, though.
No, I don't think so either. 5 seconds left to go. Barthélemy dribbles it out, and at the end of this one, it's 120. Take that in before I say the rest of the score. 120 points in 40 minutes to 98. AI takes the game over Rise Prep. They're officially the number 3 team in the OSBA. It's no longer a question.
Yeah, very impressive display there from behind the arc, especially Sam Routens. I think it's safe to say he's got player of the game honors more than anything. And if you're Rise Prep, I mean, it's not very often that you score 98 points and still get blown out. So, I mean, offensively, they were where they needed to be, but they just weren't able to get back in transition quick enough on defense. Weren't able to rarely ever get a hand in the face of any of the shooters of AI Prep, and that really was the difference.
Yep. So we'll give our player of the game honors to Sam Routens, who hit about 1 million threes. Again, we don't have live stats here, but you can check them out on Twitter after the game. There will be all of the stats on OSBA. You can check them out for Rise Prep and AI, but stay tuned. Ryan and I will be here for the second game of this doubleheader. It's the number 1 and the number 2 team in the OSBA battling it out for that top spot. Orangeville Prep takes on TRC. We'll be back in a few minutes.